rush himself.
And Marcos looked like he's on shaky legs. He just got hit just now with a short right hook, 6-inch. That got his attention. Marcos, that is. Look at the combinations and the hand speed.
He can't miss with those uppercuts.
Punches and punches, absolutely not. And Marcos responding the same way.
But Marcos is throwing punches out of desperation because he understands that if he don't throw punches, he gets knocked out.
Marcos getting a rise out of the crowd with those wild right hands.
Ramos also has to be cautious not to get, sucked into this crazy exchange. We mentioned he's very poised, very mature.
His punches are short, crisp, straight down the middle. He's not leaving his chin up. I see veteranness in this guy. He has great trainers, obviously, because somebody's teaching him, even when he punched, to protect himself.
He's not easy to hit. He doesn't put that chin out there, which is a good thing because, as we established, Marcos can crack a little bit.
Ramos always taking the lead. And we've also seen how he's a fantastic counterpuncher.
He's being outgunned. He's being out-schooled. I mean, this is the young, not the older guy, who's doing what older guys normally do to the younger guys. Is beat him to the punch, put him in spots where he can take advantage of him, and he's doing that. Marco, that is. He's taking advantage of his because of his speed and his aggressiveness.
He's switching it up. Leading with the left, using the uppercut, using a jab.
But Lewis is setting him up for the body shot. I just feel it coming. That's what started the first knockdown.
Ramos is definitely more effective from the outside. He can punch without getting punched in return.
But I think Marcos has a big swell on his right eye.
Marcos came here to fight, showing he's willing to duke it out with the youngster, the great prospect Luis Ramos Jr., undefeated 11-0, and on his way to another great victory after knocking down his opponent twice in the second round.
Marcos is showing a lot of guts, a lot of gameness, because if he was just your common opponent, quote unquote, your journeyman fighter who pads a young fighter's record, I think he would have figured, you know what, I think I've spilled enough blood in these first 2 rounds. I'm going to call it a day and look for a soft spot on the canvas, and he's not doing that.
He's not even looking for a soft spot.
No, he's not.
So
no.
Exactly.
He has pride.
Exactly, and he's still trying to curate something, which I don't see it happening. I just think right now that we watching a talent body shot. And it comes right back.
Fantastic from every angle.
Oh, he might have got buzzed
getting
by that right
himself.
hand. I think one of those wild right hands from Marcos got through.
It did. It found the mark.
See, this is these guys with 50 fights like Marcos. When they're game, when they're in shape, they're going to test a young man. We got to remember, Ramos is just 21 years old. He's got amazing talent, but he's still a baby.
Slipping and sliding a little bit. The logo on the canvas.
And Marcos just threw a short left hook. It was one punch, but let me tell you, he's starting to get his little shots in there.
Yeah, he's forced, for the moment, Ramos to take his foot off the gas pedal, not be so offensive-minded and be a little defensive-minded. Got caught with another right hand there.
Exactly. He's finding his mark, and he's left hook. And he put them together. We might be cooking something here. Never count an old veteran out.
You know that. Well, one of the many goals of Fight Night Club, it's not just to build a prospect while you're building a local fan base, but it's to test that prospect and find out where he needs to work on, find out exactly where he is before you take that next step. And we're finding out a little bit more about Luis Ramos.
And it's also the fact that these fighters are willing to take a risk. They don't want to go the easy route. You know, he could have fought against someone else with a shorter record, with not as much experience, but he elected to accept this fight, learning a lot.
One way or another, he's going to learn from this fight, win, lose, or draw. And right now, I believe he's still winning. But he took some shots.
Luis Ramos experiencing some adversity in the third round. Left hook connects to the jaw and twice to his midsection.
We're back live here, round 4. Fight scheduled for 6 rounds. Luis Ramos, highly touted prospect out of Orange, California, now living in Santa Ana, against Sandro Marcos. And you would think by looking at Sandro's record, he's lost 6 out of his last 8. His last fight was almost a year ago, so you think it's going to be, you know, it's going to be pretty simple, but it hasn't so far.
Well, you know, the Fight Night Club and fighting on national television is a big deal for a 21-year-old undefeated prospect. But guess what? It's a big deal for that journeyman, too.
Yeah, brings out the best in everyone.
Exactly. If he takes himself seriously and his career seriously, you know, win, lose, or draw, he wants to put forth a valiant effort because that keeps his career going, keeps his phone ringing.
Ramos going upstairs, attacking the head. Also, he's thrown a couple of punches to the body.
I think he's sending a message to the old man. I think he's trying to tell him, hey, I was not hurt in that last round. He's taking the fight to him.
He dug a good left hook, Ramos that is, to the midsection. Marcos is just, you know, just right now, it's just down to the conditioning and who has the best strategy, because this fight is turning out to be really a grueling fight for both guys.
I agree, Bernard. I think what Ramos really impressed us with last month against Badel Cardenas is that he systematically broke the veteran down. He's going to have to do the same